Good evening, everyone. I'm here with the second part of the lesson, water. The last class we had dealt with the different states of water, that is, as water, ice, and water vapor. Now, let us come to an important topic of water cycle. Now, it rains, isn't it? All of a sudden, you see black clouds in the sky, and then there's thunder and lightning sometimes, and then there's a heavy downpour. Now, how does this happen? Now, we are coming to deal with that. Open your books on to lesson number 4, water. In nature, water changes its form continuously and in a cyclic manner. This forms the water cycle. The heat of the sun changes water from the oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds into water vapor. As the water vapor rises up, it meets the cold air above and cools down to form tiny droplets of water. These water droplets join to form clouds. More and more water droplets collect in the clouds and join together to form heavy drops. These heavy drops fall down as rain. The rainwater flows back into oceans, rivers, ponds, and lakes. In nature, water changes its form continuously and in a cyclic manner. This forms the water cycle. The heat of the sun changes water from the oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds into water vapor. As the water vapor rises up, it meets the cold air above and cools down to form tiny droplets of water. These water droplets join to form clouds. More and more water droplets collect in the clouds and join together to form heavy drops. These heavy drops fall down as rain. The rainwater flows back into oceans, rivers, ponds, and lakes. Now, we have the rivers here full of water, the lakes, the ponds, the wells, all full of water. Now, because of the heat, when the sun is up in the sky, because of the high temperature, the hot temperature, the heat, the water evaporates from the surface of this lake or pond or river and sea and ocean. Now, the water evaporates and it rises up. As it rises up, it meets the cold air. As you go higher, it becomes cooler and cooler. So this warm air, as it is evaporating and going up, this rises up and it meets the cooler air there, higher up in the atmosphere, and it is condensed. That means it cools down to form tiny droplets of water. This warm air that is being taken up from the surface of lakes, ponds, and rivers goes up. And as it goes up, it meets the cooler air there, and then it condenses or it cools down to form tiny droplets of water. Now, these tiny droplets of water, they all join together to form big clouds. And many clouds you will see in the sky that eventually give the appearance of a dark grey sky, and you know that it is going to rain. Now, these clouds, when they become heavy with the droplets of water, they fall down as a rain, and that is what we get as heavy rain. So I hope you have understood the water cycle, and this rain, as it falls to the ground, it is again taken in or seeped down or soaked into the ground and forms groundwater, and a lot of it is gone to the ocean, to the rivers, and to the wells. Then again the water cycle continues. So that is why it is called a cycle, because it keeps on rotating. There is no stop for this. So this is the water cycle in short.
Come, Bunty, it has started raining. Do not play in the garden. Oh no, I wanted to play more. No, Bunty, come inside. You can go to play after the rain stops. I do not understand who pours so much water on the earth and disrupts my lovely game. Is there a shower in the sky? No, Bunty, there is no shower in the sky. It happens naturally. Oh, is that so? Sometimes I wonder how rain happens. Like Bunty, you also must have wondered that how water comes from the clouds to the earth. Let us understand it. We know that due to heat from the sun, the water present in oceans, rivers, lakes and ponds turns to water vapor. This process is called evaporation. The water vapor rises upwards due to flow of air. On reaching a specific height, the water vapor cools and changes into small droplets. These small droplets form clouds. When these water droplets in clouds collect into big and heavy drops, they fall on earth as rain. The rainwater flows into ponds, lakes and rivers and finally reaches the oceans. Again, this water in lakes, rivers and oceans evaporates and water vapor is formed. So in nature, this process continues in cyclic mode. This continuous process of formation of water into water vapor, cooling of water vapor to form clouds, and falling of rain from clouds is called water cycle.
Now let us go on to the exercises. 1. Fill in the blanks. 1. Ice has a fixed shape. 2. Water vapor is the gaseous form of water. 3. Water vapor changes into water on cooling. 4. Clouds are formed from water droplets. Next one, B. Answer the following questions. Name the 3 states of water. Now the 3 states of water is ice, steam or water vapor and water. 2. How can we change water from one form to the other? Yes, water, if it is frozen, it becomes ice, and frozen ice, that is when it is heated, it automatically becomes water. So either by heating or cooling, we can bring about the interchange of the state of water. Now explain the water cycle. As I told you, due to the heat of the sun, the water from the lakes, rivers, oceans, they all evaporate and rise up into the sky. As the hot air rises and meets the cool air, it condenses and forms droplets of water. When these many droplets of water join together to form clouds, and when the clouds become heavily laden with water droplets, they burst and fall as a rain, and that is how we get rainfall. Now coming to the life skills. Many rivers and lakes in India have become polluted due to dumping of waste by people and industries. Look at the picture. Do you think the woman's activities will increase water pollution? What can you suggest to her? Yes, what this lady is doing here does and will definitely increase water pollution. So it is good if we can advise her to dump the waste in an area segregated for that or meant for that, and not to come and dump her waste or garbage into the river. Because if the river is polluted, the water is polluted, and there are many animals which come and drink from this water, they will fall sick. There are many aquatic animals or water animals living in this water, and if the water is polluted, they will also have a risk to their life. Now, values for life. Water is very precious. We must not waste water. Write yes for the statements that are true for you. 1. Do you keep the tap closed while brushing your teeth? Yes, of course. We should keep it closed so that we can conserve water or save water. 2. Do you use a bucket of water to clean your bicycle? Yes, we use just buckets of water, not using a hose pipe. 3. Do you use the water left over in your water bottle to water your plants? Yes, that's very nice. If you go home after school and in case you have a little bit of water left in your water bottle, just take it and put it at in some flower pot so that that plant will get the water and your water is not wasted. Now there's a project for you, and I think this I will explain now. Nature of water. Take some ice cubes in 3 bottles and cap them tightly. Place one in the sunlight, one in a shelf in a room, and one in the fridge. Note the change in them after 2 hours. So you take ice cubes and take 3 bottles. Cap it. Keep one in the sunlight, one in the room, and one in the fridge. Now you will see the changes. What is the condition of the ice cubes kept in the sunlight? It will melt because of the heat of the sun. and it melts very, very quickly. Second one, what is the condition of the ice cube melt kept on the shelf? Now the ice cube kept in the shelf will also begin to melt, but it will not melt so quickly because there is less amount of heat. It is not in direct sunlight. And third one, what is the condition of the ice cubes inside the fridge? The ice cube inside the fridge may melt very, very little because it is not inside the freezer. If the ice cube is kept inside the freezer, it will not melt. But since it is out of the freezer, the temperature has a slight variation. It will melt, but very, very little. Not as much as the one kept in the sunlight or on the shelf. Turn the page, please. Repeat the experiment with 3 glasses of water. Now the same experiment we are going to repeat with 3 glasses of water. Place one in the sunlight, one on a shelf in a room and one in the fridge. Take care that the water level is same in each glass. Observe the changes in them after 2 hours. So you have to take 3 glasses, one you keep inside the fridge, one on the shelf in a room and one outside. What you will see, the level of water in the 3 glasses will have to be the same. First one, what is the condition of the water kept in the sunlight? Has the level changed? If yes, can you say why? Now naturally the water level in the one that is kept in sunlight would have decreased a little, slightly, very slightly. Now that is because of evaporation. The water has evaporated from the glass. Second one, what is the condition of the water kept on the shelf? Has the level changed? Why or why not? The second one may or may not have changed because there is no direct sunlight and there is no reason for the water to evaporate. So there will be hardly, or you can say practically, no change. The water level will be the same. Third one, what is the condition of the water inside the fridge? Has the level changed? Why? Now here in the fridge there is no heat at all, so the water level has not changed. It has just remained the same. Has the water frozen? Why? Now the water, instead of evaporating, here the reverse takes place. The water starts becoming a little hard. So it is getting to be frozen because of the cold temperature. So the water that has been kept in the fridge starts to get frozen because of the cold temperature. So this project, I think it will be better understood if you do it at home with the help of one elderly person, your mother or father. It will be well understood by you. Next activity. Water is a key part of both our environment and our body systems. Drinking water is important for our survival. Let us find out what kind of water is safe for drinking. Tick the boxes which show safe drinking water. In this, only the mineral water bottle and the water filter give you sources of clean drinking water. The water from the well, the tap water, the bore well water, water from the pond, water from the river and water from the sea are all not pure forms of drinking water because there may be some impurities and it may be polluted. So only 2 forms of clean drinking water are shown there, that is the bottle and the water filter. Thank you. Your homework will be to do A and B in the notebook and send to the school WhatsApp number. Thank you.